Hi, and welcome back. So let's do an example real quick, and I've got a good one on atomic radius. So I'll write that down. We're doing an example on atomic, or I guess radii, because we should do multiple examples. So in this example, we're given two different elements. We are given the element Al, and we are also given the element In. And we are supposed to figure out which one of these do you think has the larger atomic radius? Which one of these two atoms would be larger? Well, let's go down and look at our periodic table. So remember, how does the periodic trend go for atomic radius? Well, it's going to go as we go down. So as we go down that way, we're going to get larger. So we go from small at the top to larger down at the bottom. And how do we go as we how does it work as we go across the table this way? And actually, you know what? I'm going to do that in a different color. So how does it work as we go that way across the table? Well, we go from large to small. So if we were going to kind of combine these two arrows, we could say that we have got small atoms up here to large atoms down here, right? So we could kind of combine the two arrows and say that this is going to be our trend. We have smaller atomic radii up here, and down here we have large atomic radii. So I know that I drew over at least one of the elements that we were looking at in this example. Let me actually see if, well, I guess I don't know if I'll be able to erase it right now. But aluminum is one of the elements that we were looking at, which is right here. And then we were also looking at, I forget what this element is called, but it's the element with the symbol In. I don't think this is iridium. I think that's somewhere else. Indium, it looks like. Anyway, we were looking at aluminum and In, and you can see based on our trend, and we don't even need this diagonal trend. We can even just use this top to bottom trend because these two elements are going to be in the same row. So we can pretty simply tell which one of these is going to have the larger atomic radius. Well, it's going to be In, right? So it's going to be this element is going to have the larger atomic radius. So let's just say that element will have the larger atomic radius. I'm going to clear this out. Let's do another one of these. So let's say we were given the elements, and I'll make it like that so I can write up here. Let's say we were given the elements silicon or nitrogen. So silicon versus nitrogen. Which one is going to have the larger atomic radius? And remember, I'll just draw in our trend across the table. So we go from small atoms up in the top right. So we go from small atomic radii to large down in the bottom left. So if we look at the two elements that we were given, silicon is going to be right here, and nitrogen is going to be just up and to the right. So which one of these is going to be larger? Well, it's going to be silicon, right? Because as you look at our trend, we've got smaller atoms up here to larger atoms down here. So the element with the larger atomic radius is going to be silicon. We've got time. Let's do one more of these. Clear that. And so we have got phosphorus versus lead. So again, let's just go ahead and draw in our periodic trend. So this, and I tried to draw that by avoiding the two elements that we're going to be dealing with. But the two elements that, if you take a look at our trend, remember we've got small up in the top right to large down in the bottom left. And where are our elements on the table? Well, here's phosphorus, and here's lead. So which one of these is going to have a larger atomic radius? Well, it's going to be lead, right? Because it is pretty far down, and it's one row over to the left. So the element with the larger atomic radius is going to be lead. So anyway, hopefully you found this useful. And actually, you know what? Let's do one more. We've got time. So let's do one more of these. Let's say our two elements are, let's say, carbon versus fluorine. And you're probably getting the hang of this. And I don't think I have to draw in the periodic trend anymore. But we can see carbon is right here. And fluorine is just a few elements over to the right. So which one of these is going to have the larger atomic radius? Remember, our periodic trend goes like that. So it's going to be carbon, right? Because carbon is further over to the left than fluorine. So anyway, I guess that's enough for this video. Hopefully you found that useful, and I'll see you in a future video.